Forgive me if this isn't good. Most of the time it's not. That's well understood. But every once in a while, I pull something out that makes it all worth it. At least I like to think that. I hate it when I do something and it was a total waste of my time. But I gotta look at that shit differently, because nothing's ever a waste of time. If you got the right mindset. You know, when I first started this shit, I had faith in it. A lot of people think that faith is stupid. It's not like they don't have a point. Everybody has a point. It's just that some are better at making it than others. I like to think that I'm getting better at making my points. I like to think that I'm getting better at doing everything, but that's probably not true. The only thing that you can hope for in this world is that you're better than you were the day before. I hope I live a meaningful life. I hope I live a life that inspires, but if it doesn't, so be it. So be it. You know, some people live their whole lives, a lot of people live their whole lives without ever giving a shit. And yeah, it does kind of piss me off, mainly because I feel the fuck out of it. Everything, every experience. Sometimes I'm jealous of those that can just stare at their phone, not giving a fuck. Sometimes I'm jealous of people that aren't afraid of the one that made them. 'Cause it must be nice to not think twice about anything. Yet it must be nice to be so carefree. I don't have responsibility to ever, 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 ever work on me. You know, there are a lot of people that are really fucked up, but at least they know it. And yes, they love to show it, they love to show it, they love to show it. But I guess it's better than being apathetic, right? I hate apathetic people with a passion, with a passion. I wish that apathetic people would kill themselves, but killing yourself is something that a passionate person would do. So, that makes sense. You can't apathetically kill yourself, you know, like you're not gonna commit suicide because you don't care. That makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna switch lanes. But yeah. You know, when I was growing up, I knew that I was thoughts in their head, because they didn't exist. I think a lot of people think I'm autistic. No, I'm sorry. You have the rest of America, though. Congratulations. Or I'm sorry, Mazel Tov. This place is run by the Star of David people. That's why it's pagan. And no, I don't hate the Star of David people, by the way. My best friend's a Star of David person. She's celebrating Passover right now. I need to see her again. It's been too long. I have friends, believe it or not. I have family, believe it or not. I have people that love me, that like me, that want me, that really wanna fuck me. It's weird and I don't like it. And I have a cat that loves me. That's the most important thing. She loves me. That's why she ruins my art. That's why she purposely sits on my posters so that I can't work on them. Because she loves me so much. That's a joke. Cats like to sit on things that you're doing. That's like their MO. If it doesn't come up to you and pester you and try to get in your way and be involved in whatever you're doing, it's not a cat. Okay? Now, there are some cats that have the temperament of dogs. My friend Kimberly's cat, Rotten. I believe he was in my first YouTube video. The Dramedy Hour with Aimless. Oh my goodness. That was such fucking crap, dude. It's okay. It's okay, everything's a learning experience. Sometimes I get really, bothered by stuff that I put on the internet. I'm like, should I have not said that? Should I have not done that? But then I remember that it's a learning experience and it's fine. Because, I'm not the same person that I was a few years ago. So, it's okay that I took a shit and put it all over the internet for the world to see. That's okay, because, I just started doing stand-up and I just started to do YouTube, and I thought it was a fun thing to do. And that's why I did it. Everything that people put online, well, not everything, but a lot of what people put online is, ridiculous. It's ridiculous, it's unnecessary. And I'm sure that people probably think that about a lot of this content, but this is kind of like a documentary. I mean, I don't edit my shit, so. My problem with the internet and my problem with society and my problem with America is that most people are fucking fake. And so my solution to that was to showcase what it's like to not lie to yourself all the time. I mean, if I ever do that, I can't do it for very long because you know that saying, I have eyes in the back of my head? I'm like a spider. I have eyes all over my head. So, someone said that I was defensive. Yeah, that's kind of a mental illness thing, honey. It is. Because the world is always misunderstanding everything. And I don't have the time to explain it to people. I should tell you guys this story. I don't know if I told you guys this story or not. I was, outside yesterday. I went to this restaurant, and I got a piece of lemon cake. And I was gonna sit outside in this little patio area with the lemon cake. But there was this family out there, and I didn't want to bother them, and I knew that they would be confused by my presence. So I wandered off, and I just sat down very awkwardly on the side of the road, outside of this antique mall. And I think what happened was, like, there were some people that worked at this antique mall that saw me, and they were just really, really confused. And rather than asking me what the fuck was I doing, because I know I looked homeless or some shit, because I always look homeless, but yeah, rather than asking what I was doing, they just stared at me. And it was, like, so awkward because, like, this girl was, like, trying not to pay attention, and she kept looking back at me. I just wish that if people had questions, they would ask them. But then I try to imagine what it's like to be them. Say you see some crazy bitch sitting on the side of the road, on the curb, eating a piece of lemon cake without a fork. And it's just like, what the fuck? You know? Rather than just go up to that person and ask them, like, what the fuck are you doing? Why don't you have a fork? You're just, like, stuffing that shit in your mouth like a fucking animal. Yeah. This is true. But yeah, it's like, I do stuff like that where it's like, yeah, it's confusing to the general public. And I know that they have questions, but they're so afraid to ask them that they just stare. Like, that's all they do, is just stare at people. But I wonder if, like, people weren't obsessed with phones, if, like, maybe if it had been the 80s and they saw me doing that, I wonder if they would have walked up to me and, like, had the courage to just be like, hey, what are you doing over here? You know? But because people don't know how to talk to each other, it's not because of the phones, Amy. It's because everybody's afraid. They really are. They're afraid. They're afraid of what they don't understand. And rather than trying to understand it, they're just going to stare at it or point at it or make fun of it, you know? It's just the way it is. And your job on this planet is just to sit back and take it and write assessments about it. Yep. Yeah, my assessments are all I have. That's how it feels sometimes. But it's okay. It's okay to confuse people. It's okay to weird people out. As long as people don't commit acts of violence towards each other, it's fine. Like, you can weird people out. It's not the end of the world if somebody thinks you're a weirdo. But, I mean, it is to a lot of people, though. You know? Especially, you know, young, impressionable girls. You know, I'm talking about, like, preteens. They really don't want to be weird. Unless they think that it makes them authentic. Unless they think that it makes them different in a way that'll, like, get them somewhere in life. And I'm telling you, it won't.